Mikel Girones, the man of 0% taxes, multiple citizenships, 5-star hotels, and luxury travel for 80 to 95% off, and much more.
Hundreds of people have gone through this process, so I want to save you time and just go straight to what I've seen it works over the years.
Almost 7 years ago, he decided to start First Class Citizen and First Class Investor to open the eyes of people who are making good money but are still stuck.
Oh yeah, I've heard on this YouTube video that I need a US LLC. Let me set it up. Costly mistake.
He shows the path for people to pay 0% taxes, travel the world without limitations, live in 5-star hotels, and travel in luxury for 80 to 95% off.
Where to start? This is the question that I get asked all the time when I'm doing these consultations. Hundreds of people have gone through this process, so I want to save you time and just go straight to what I've seen it works over the years. It's asking questions. I see so many people making the mistake, costly mistake, of thinking, oh yeah, I've heard on this YouTube video that I need a US LLC. Let me set it up. They go, they structure it, Wyoming, Delaware, pam, pam, pam. They do it, then they realize that the LLC is not a good setup with their Netherlands tax residency, for example. And then they need to shut it down, otherwise they're just keeping a structure that it's worthless and it's draining money every year in maintenance costs. Similar to somebody saying, I'm gonna go to Estonia, to this e-residency and this. And then they realize that, oh, I cannot invoice without taxes to these clients that I have here. So the first question for you is, what matters? What do you want? What do you value? And I know that this is more philosophical, but it's so important that you stop and before saying, okay, I want to go to Paraguay and get like this, the residency and the tax residency. Or before saying, what color is your Bugatti, right? And what color is your American Express? And collecting 3 American Express from 3 different countries, 3 different colors. Why did I choose these 3 in particular? There's a thought process behind it. I didn't choose them just for the sake of, oh, I'm just gonna collect colors, right? The same with, for example, advanced strategies we're gonna talk about. Like, it's such an important decision when you want to buy a house, an asset, something that produces money. So why to choose Georgia and not another country? Why go and ask for a mortgage there and partner with a bank like Solo Bank instead of other banks in Georgia? And with what representative, who you get connected with? What's their position inside the bank to give you not a 50% mortgage and you 50% down payment, but 70% where you only need to put 30%. And then the numbers make sense when you buy the property, because it's much easier for your cash flow to recover that or to have the person you lease it to this property and make money because they gave you more in this loan, in this mortgage. Passports as well. Are you interested in getting a Spanish passport? Maybe you're interested in Latin American passports. Maybe you want to go for the Paraguayan one, but maybe you don't care about South America because in your age or you have family. Why do I want to go to Latin America? When's the last time you've been to Brazil, to Argentina, to Paraguay, to Uruguay? If your answer is, I've never been there, or it's been so many years, or I don't have any interest because I love life between the Middle East and Europe, let's say, then forget about that passport because you will not go the amount of time required to those countries in South America to get it, right? Maybe you want to explore a citizenship by investment, a CBI program, like the Caribbean, like Turkey. Maybe you want to invest in a more creative passport, right? Maybe you want to go to Oceania and go for Nauru, or you want Vanuatu, or you even want Africa, Egypt, where you can also buy property and get citizenship because you maybe already have 4 passports. So first is understanding, where do you come from? What's your current setup? List on a paper, take some time. How many residencies you have? And by residencies, I don't mean houses. I mean legal residencies. You can become, for example, a legal resident of Paraguay without having property in Paraguay. Where is your tax residency? Are you willing to spend more than 6 months out of your country, out of any country, which means living in the road, basically, living, traveling 5 months and 2 weeks in one place, 5 months and 2 weeks in another? Ask also your question, what parts of the world you want to have unlocked, in which ones you want to have redundant. Think about getting, for example, Portugal, which one is one of the fastest and easiest paths to EU citizenship. Write this down. If I just give you information, you're gonna have overload. You're gonna have paralysis by analysis. If I tell you everything that is on my mind for the last 7 years into this world, dodging taxes legally and getting citizenships and getting residencies and all of these credit cards, many more that I need, that I use, just for the sake of understanding the process from within, so then I can talk to you from A to Z what it is to get this bank account, this mortgage, this residency. If I dump everything on you, it's just gonna be overwhelming. So take the time, write down what do you want, what do you value, also how risk tolerant or risk averse are you as a person? Because some people will say, no, I want a citizenship that I put the money and I know I get it 100% guaranteed. Then go to one of these CBI programs. If you have more risk tolerance, then you might consider Armenia. You might say, okay, I'm willing to go to Armenia, next to Georgia, next to Azerbaijan, right there in the Caucasus, and become a resident, a permanent resident there, and then maybe in 3 years, because there's no guarantee, there's just some checkpoints, like check boxes, right? You check, that increase the probabilities of you becoming Armenian and having a passport that gets you access to Russia and China. So that's why it's important. When you understand, okay, I want access to Russia and China, what's the fastest way to secure that? We have these countries. Oh, Armenia is there. And Armenia is one of the easiest to become a citizen of. You can start working but backwards. From what's the lifestyle you want for you, for your family, what's your personality, and then from there decide which program makes sense for you, which one not. Also, how much money you have. It's the other point we need to evaluate. If you have unlimited money, then let's start 3 processes, 3 residencies and maybe 2 citizenships at the same time. You're gonna drop 250,000 here, 300,000 or 400,000 there, and then you're gonna drop 10K or 5K for every residency, and then a few K here and there for some bank accounts. All at the same time, because you have money, then we can have speed. If money is not unlimited, then put it down, write down how much are you willing to invest right now in this moment, how much in 6 months, how much in 1 year or 2 years, with the projected revenue profits you're going to have. And then we can say, okay, if money is limited to this amount right now, what's the best use of it? What's the most effective move? Of course you want to do this. But think about it like a house. We're going to design like an architect. What's the final vision? What the final mansion, villa is going to look like? And then it's going to have 3 floors and this garage and this pool and this fire pit. Great. Then step by step, we deploy money to build the first floor. When we have more money, we build the second floor, then the third one, then we do this, then we do that. Then we buy the cars to drive around. So the same thing here. I deployed crazy amount of money to get all of these, and even more crazy amount of money what I will spend in the next years to get to the goals that I have, which are really ambitious. And again, it's more like a hobby. There's people collecting supercars, people collecting luxury watches. For me, it's collecting residencies and citizenships. And I'm okay dropping more than 1 million, 2 million, 3 million for this, because it's just what I love. Consider me as this person who just goes on one side of the spectrum, just like goes super niche down in that. And I'm gonna do all types of setups that you don't need to do. So then you can ask me, and then we can just see if this is what you need. And maybe I do something that I spend all the money, all the time, all the resources, and in one conversation, hopefully in just one video, like you just get to know that, yeah, this is not the path you want to pursue, and you saved all of that time and resources. Make sense? So that's what I will share with you. To start, again, you need to set an intention, because if not, you're gonna get overloaded with information and you're not gonna make anything. I know so many people that came to my conferences, meetups, and after 6 months, we chat again. Hey, what about these 3 setups that we talked last time? Oh yeah, I didn't do it eventually. Set an intention, know your profile, who you are, self-awareness as a man, super important. And then we can start talking about all of this. I hope you took notes. If not, rewatch again. And when you're ready, I'll see you in the next one.